Hey collective, let's get some messages for the 4th. This is April 2022. I'm already revved up. I'm just feeling this energy, these vibrations so clear lately. These readings are helping me as well, so I hope they're helping at least one of you out there. So let's see what the situation is for today. This is April 2022. This is the situation. Worldwide collective on 3. Please God, clear, concise messages. Thank you. Amen. All right, what's the collective situation? This is the situation for the collective. 3 cards are in this case. All right, I saw that 5 right underneath the 6 there. Look at that, both of the same suit. We have Wands energy, so we're looking at some sort of competition and success. So this could be you vying for someone's attention. You could be challenging yourself at this time about what you're about to do. Wands are, it's fire energy. So this is basically what your will to power is. This is your behavior in the real world, or actions that you're going to take, or something going on around you here for this situation. But the 5 of Wands, 5s are always about change. This could be something as simple as a pain in the butt today, where you're sort of challenged to level up, but you're successful, right? That's the situation today. So something's going to take a really quick turn toward the positive, toward, I would even say anything from a victory, success, recognition to overcoming some sort of perhaps inner conflict or a competition. All right, what are your thoughts about the situation? Collective thoughts. You or the other person's, or the situation that you're in. Thoughts. Thoughts about the situation. There are 5 different people in the 5 card as well, so there could just be too many cooks in the kitchen, so to speak. Or just, that's too many, just 3 please. Or just needing to refine something here, 3 or less please. Thoughts about the situation. So as you know, I only take uprights. For jumper readings, I'm only going to take an upright. All right, in your thoughts about the situation. Knight of Swords, he's been showing up quite a bit. King of Pentacles was here yesterday as well. And then the Page of Wands. So Wands energy here, someone is going to pull through someone, fast-moving messages, frantic messages. There's definitely an element of chaos to this, whether this is internal, your thoughts about the situation. So it's just about carrying a message across here. Could be one of passion. You know, this is a general reading. Take however this resonates for you. This could be anything from career to romance, okay, or anything in between, health, etc. So in terms of this messaging coming in, something like a solid beginning, a solid foundation here would be in terms of this good news, this very exciting prospect here with the Page of Wands, looking right at the King of Pentacles, right? And the King of Pentacles is sort of looking in I guess they're both looking in the way here of this really fast-moving message, this really, again, frantic communication. This could be just someone who's trying to sound mature here. There could be an element, because we do have the Page, we have sort of all these male, it could be 3 males. It could be one, you know, fire, earth, and air here indicated. any of those signs. But in terms of energies here, we just have this message of either interest, or if this is a business decision, this could be about thinking about perhaps where your final investment is going to be in. Maybe this could be the conflict here with the King of Pentacles showing up right in the center of these two influences here in the thoughts. So something needs to be said, or something is going to be said here, or that's what you're thinking about in terms of the situation. You perhaps could just be, I find that Pentacle court cards are slow moving energy, so you just want to be super secure about what you're saying, or someone is just taking their time being as mature as possible perhaps in this situation. If this is about an investment as well, you could be thinking that you could almost be preparing yourself for bad news here. And if I wouldn't, I would take your time. I would not rush into anything, but take your time. Wait for some feedback before moving forward. But I think it's going to happen fairly quickly here. So they're not dealing with any major arcanas at the moment, which means that things are really within your control, it looks like here. And this could just embody this sort of masculine type of linear thinking as well, just because we have some male energy here in the thinking. All right, what are you feeling? What are feelings? You or the other person's feelings about the situation. For the purposes of this or today's reading, the situation will always be the Five of Wands and the Six of Wands. All right, so in the feelings, we have this first major arcana, right? So we have this Cancer ruled Chariot card, and then we have the Seven of Cups. So in the feelings, there's this element of, in terms of home, vehicle, workplace, even direction to take. Like I said here, I think there's this sort of halting back. I think there's a lot of excitement, and there could even be a lot to be said here in the thinking about this level of success. And you're definitely interested in writing your own story here, and being king and being that lush, successful person, but it's slow moving nonetheless. It is very practical though, and this is something that's built to last. So I think it's probably not a bad idea that you take your time, right? This also rules possessions and the throat and neck. So if that means anything, and second house. This is fourth house, this is foundations, and then the Seven of Cups. So this is just really about choices here. We did see the Lovers card here yesterday. I believe it was yesterday, and that was a big decision. So it's almost like picking. So here in your heart space, it's like you either feel that you have options, you either feel that something is an option, moving could be an option right now. You could have a lot of possibilities, but I want to suggest here that there could just be sense of feeling like FOMO, like fear of missing out, because if you move straight ahead in one direction here, and this is a very solid, fixed energy here with Taurus, with the King of Pentacles, there's this sense of you don't want to have to uproot again. You want something, this is permanent. You want something not to be temporary. So there's sense of, in doing that, there is a sense of giving something up, because a decision has to be made here. And it's like even within your heart space, I think you perhaps could be recognizing here, well, in order for a new life or a new direction, as it were. These are both victory cards, by the way. The Six of Wands and, of course, the Chariot here is a major victory. But it could just be an element of, look, in order to experience one life, we need to give up another. So this could be, and I think I mentioned, I don't know if I did now, but if I didn't, I wanted to mention shedding. There could be an element of sort of shedding of the skin here, or feeling like you could be at your heart's desire is just making a choice here. I think you could be perhaps in your heart space inundated with choice or possibilities, but it could, instead of being exciting, it could be a matter of you could be drowning in them. Like there's so many outcomes, there's so many possibilities, there's so many everything. So in your heart space, there's still this, could be an element of confusion here, but you need to pick a direction here is what I would suggest. And perhaps that's part of this conflict. All right, let's see the most probable outcome. What's probable outcome for this situation? All right. Wow. So we have Judgment. Okay, something. Okay, 2 more majors. Look at that. So showing up in the progressive. So this is very fast moving. I would even say protected energy here. And it's nice to see, right? So I think something will be revealed to you. And I think that by having a second chance here, a judgment call, a call may be made. Somebody could be withholding their passions or about to share something regarding their passions. So we have the Judgment and then the Strength card here, 2 very powerful major arcanas. So we have this second chance, this new life, right? This way of, I mean, these guys are really coming out of their coffins. So they have a second chance. There is this angelic being here. So I think that I would equate this to a higher calling or a higher purpose here as well. And here paired with the Strength card, this is, you know, being able to tame the beast within. In many ways, that's as simple as this card gets for me. So it could be another way for you to prove yourself here as well, because again, of this small conflict. The 5 of Wands, honestly, is my favorite 5. If you're gonna have some conflict here, this is developmental. This is more of a pain in the butt, and it's gonna lead you. You're gonna learn something positive from this, and you're going to develop. This is part and parcel of self-actualization, but it usually happens pretty quickly. And paired in the situation here, right next to the 6 of Wands, immediately following it straight in the deck, is to say that this is going to be possibly minute for you, and you will achieve success over some sort of conflict or chaos, or even a sense of competition, as I said. So something is going to be judged here. A call is often associated with the Judgment card as well, and like an actual call, phone call, video call, that type of thing. But and then the passions here is someone being able to control their passions. So it could just be an element of someone holding back, or another chance here to, hold back until you figure out for yourself where you're confident and comfortable here in your thinking space, especially. Because I don't think you're entirely sure here in your heart. You are the other person. Wow, look at those aces come out. Okay, let's look at external and internal energy. And then we'll look at bottom and top of the deck for overall energy. Really interesting, collective. Okay, so external energy. Yeah, 2 of Swords, Ace of Swords, and Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so this is new workplace or home. So for at least one of you watching, this is exactly what this is about here. And it could involve travel. And it could feel, because this is in your feeling space, again, fairly, upsetting or chaotic in a sense, just because there's an element of confusion. But I do think that time could be on your side, even though you feel that sort of, fear of missing out, if I didn't say that earlier. But yeah, that's what it feels like there's about. Like there could be maybe a deadline or something like that. But so if it is in terms of an offer, though, like a proposal we have with the Ace of Pentacles, of an idea, the birth of a new beginning, a thought process, communication here especially, right, in terms of the Ace of Swords, and another victory card, right? So just really, I guess, wanting to see or to hear this outcome, this new beginning externally to you. And this is where it could be, where do I look for this, or what's coming in, or just generally speaking unclear about which direction. But I would keep going. Just take your time. Like the King of Pentacles says here, I would just follow that guidance in your terms of your thinking, because you could help yourself out today. This is just a 24-hour reading, from viewing, and if it's helpful to you, I guess whenever you watch it. But with the 2 of Swords pairing this opposite of this Ace of Pentacles here, this is kind of being unwilling to make the decision, right? It's like there's a sense of unwilling. There's a second chance here. Definitely the most probable outcome is there's definitely a chance. You could feel like someone would be withholding there, or you would be, like if you did speak, it wouldn't be about this necessarily. But in terms of the Two of Swords being featured here next to the two aces, it's just about maybe which one. You know, picking a side, picking a thing, a direction, right? Because the Chariot is full speed ahead. Like, it does have that chaotic energy to it, even though it's full of, it's the new direction, right? It's the first cardinal sign, second cardinal sign. And with the internal energy, or something that could be going on subconsciously, the Two of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Nine of Swords. So some of this energy is showing up from yesterday. Yeah, this looking right at this Wheel of Fortune, expecting this major change, this major overhaul, and then right opposite of this is this anxious, can't sleep at night energy. So I would just be aware of your thinking space here. We don't have other swords except for this rushing energy up in the head. So just be aware of, again, even internal messages, old programming, yours or someone else's. Any swords energy includes this as well. So it could just be someone struggling, you or the other person struggling with how to convey something that is extremely meaningful to them or extremely meaningful to you, and how to convey that. There could be an element of learning a new language here as well. But there's two cards of second chances here. The Wheel of Fortune gives us basically either, at least the Judgment gives us another look at something, the Judgment call, an opportunity. The Wheel of Fortune is usually coming around to benefit us, but this could be internal where you're sort of expecting the worst. So I would just say, try to stay positive here as much as you can. Consider any conflict, any minor, say, mishap, upset, any type of thing like that, challenge, as it were, just accept that and just say, you know, it's a very positive portion of my development, and tuck it away and use it. It'll be useful somehow. It'll be useful here to you, even though you may not see it yet. But expecting this and a world of change. Like, I think you're ready to level up here. You're expecting the world of change here. This is really nice to see. Just because the Nine of Swords is such heavy energy, or it can be such heavy energy with the sleeplessness. You know, where do you sleep? Where do they sleep? That type of thing. So, yeah, Two of Wands, the direction you're about to take. And the whole situation is about Wands energy. It's about your manifested efforts, right? What you exhibit, your will to power in the real world with Jupiter energy. So again, just be aware that you're not, making something that you could need a little break from right now, or that you could stand to look at a little differently. Just take a little break from that, if that's the case. Something's going to turn definitely in your favor here. But I do think there is an element of, this old programming, these old messages. So go slow. I would trust that instinct here in the mental space, because there is, and I would even say too, the more I would, with that Empress energy from a couple of days ago, even with the High Priestess yesterday, there's this element of receptivity. Let's just not make any sudden moves. This, like I said, could be small, like a small situation here for you with the Minor Arcana for the situation, because maybe you're just waiting for something bigger to come in, or another opportunity. But I do think very, very positively that something's being shed and let go of here, or you're being called to do that. So with the overall energy for the reading, we have 2 nines. I just want to double check in terms of, we have 3 nines. Let me look at that. And then we have, let me see, any other duplicates? The 2, I said new workplace or home. And I think those are all the other duplicates here, but 9 of Wands, right? This is overall energy paired with the 9 of Cups. You are trying everything in your power. This is wounded soldier energy here. 9 of Cups is self-satisfaction. It's being really self-satisfied. Basically, you accomplish something, you achieve something here. So you're definitely coming to a point of completion. You have become, this is self-developmental, even if it has to do with business or a partnership or whatever this reading is for you. This is very positive self-development. Because you can be happy about your own, I guess, warrior spirit, your own warrior pose here. You've been through a lot and you do have a lot to celebrate here. So definitely don't give up now. Let's look at the 3 9s quickly, and that is correspondence. So yeah, communication could very well be forthcoming. You or the other person. So super cool reading, guys. This is really cool. You can definitely benefit from being your own best friend at this time, and try not to stress. If stress is becoming a thing, or sleepless nights or something like that, or concern or worry of anything of that sort, maybe just if you have a higher power, you know, give your worries away to that, or do something. I would become physical and try to get out of your head a little bit here. Don't listen to gossip, and then just pay attention if something feels like it's back and you don't want it back, messaging or communication or whatever this is for you, that it's just, it could be programming, and you have the opportunity now with new understanding to switch something up. And the challenge could be here about like, oh, every moment you got to do that until it's a habit. So just, you know, be gentle with yourself at this time. And that's everything I have for this reading for you. So I hope it was helpful to someone out there. Thank you as always for joining me. I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.